That's one. Second, I was manipulated into having my children. I was 9 months pregnant on my 21st birthday, and their dad was 33.
When mothers say that they don't want to fight for their child's full custody, they don't want to even have their children back. Why is it that people are quick to judge the mothers, but when the father don't even participate, in fact, even though you are still in the relationship with the man, and he doesn't even participate in being responsible for those children, people are just like, oh, man, oh, that's how they are. They always make excuses for them. But when a woman just come and be like, you know what, I don't want to be, or just leave the children, probably she just put to bed and she left the baby for the man, people are always attacking the woman, like, oh, you're a very wicked person, why would you do such a thing, and all of that. Anyway, this particular creator, she made a video and saying that her husband has, or her ex as, or her baby daddy as the full custody of their children, and she felt like she was manipulated into that pregnancy. She wasn't ready. She was 19 at that age and it was 31 or 32, and she's like she doesn't want to raise an abusive, she just wants to be in a relationship with an abusive man that he doesn't physically abuse her but he mentally abuse her and all of that. So she said a lot. Anyway, you guys, let's watch the video together, then we'll come back and discuss.
This is going to sound crazy, but I don't want my children back. It's not because I don't love them. I love them so much. I love them wholeheartedly. I love them beyond comprehension. But I don't want my children back. And I feel like I had to come over here because you guys are so sweet. And my DMs and my comments giving me reassurance that, oh, they're going to come back. They're going to, everything's going to work out and stuff like that. And I believe you. Like, everything is going to work out. However, I don't want them children back. And it's not because I don't want to take care of them or anything like that. I love taking care of them. I love raising them, but I don't want them back for another set of reasons. One, I don't have a support system. I have been raising these children with no support system. And when I say no support system, I'm not even joking. I don't have an emergency contact. When I take them to the doctor, I don't have an emergency contact. I don't have friends. I don't have family. I don't have, like, I take care of everything by myself. I don't have that. Okay? So that's one. Imagine me, one person, taking care of 3 children by myself with no support system, not even for an emergency contact. That's one. Second, I was manipulated into having my children. I was 9 months pregnant on my 21st birthday, and their dad was 33. Granted, I knew he was 32. I knew he was 12 years older than me when I met him. Or at least, like, in getting to know him, I knew he was 12 years older than me. But at 19 years old, I did not have the mental capacity and understanding to assess and realize that I was being manipulated into having children prior than I wanted to. So it was never my plan to have children at the age of 21. My plan was to finish college and go to law school. And by the time I got my bachelor's degree, my son was 6 months old. And I found myself, like, putting off law school because I didn't want anybody else to raise him. I was manipulated into having those children. Third, which kind of goes with the second one, is one of the ways that this man manipulated me into having these children was using the whole line that, oh my gosh, he's the only person with his last name, and if he dies, the last name's going to go with him. I don't know why that was enough. But then again, I was extremely naive at the time. I was coming from so much abuse, so much trauma. I didn't know up from down, sky to ground, like whatever. So he was able to use that. And with that being said, I feel like if you want to continue your legacy, if you want to prolong your legacy, then take care of the children. Mm-hmm. Because over the last however long, this man have not contributed an increment of energy towards the well-being of the boys. Like, no financial support, no physical support, no nothing. But he wanted those children to be able to prolong his legacy. Why would I continue the legacy of a deadbeat? The only, like, not, like, I don't even want to deal with this man because right now he is on my phone. He's playing on my phone. I don't even know why he's playing on my phone because, like, you have the children. You wanted the children. I took them to you. You have their birth certificate. You have their social. You have them physically. There is no reason why you should be playing on my phone, but you're playing on my phone. Because at the end of the day, it was never about you having the children. It was about you having access to me. It was about you being able to get in contact with me. And I don't have time for that. Because this man is abusive. He's not physically abusive because I beat his ass. I fight back. But he realized early on in the relationship that I had been through a lot, but I wasn't one of those people that went through a lot of stuff and became cold. I went through a lot of stuff and then grew in empathy. So because of that, my ability to empathize have been used as a weapon against me since the time that I met this man. Because one of the ways that he used it in the beginning was to use his mother's death as a way to connect. So I went as far as to even ask, like, because when I say I don't want to deal with this man anymore, like, I've been trying to erase any type of connection that we may have. Of course, I can't erase the children, but anything else I've been trying to erase. I set boundaries. I block him. He find ways to get on my stuff. I, at some point, thought about signing my rights over just so I never had to communicate with this man ever again. And I told the judge that. I told the judge that because I am not going to change who I am for anybody. I am not going to harden my heart because someone like this want to try to weaponize my empathy or want to try to weaponize the fact that I have compassion. So I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to harden. So I will just remove your access. So yeah, no, I don't want them children back. Like, I love my children. They will never need for anything. But the only way that I will go back to raising my children and in a way that makes sense to me is if one, I never have to interact with this man again. Two, I changed the children's last name.
Check what the comment section is talking about. This person said he's abusive and manipulative, so I left my kids with him. Okay. Another person says this generation of women are waking up. Normalize that having full custody and moms being the fun parent. I pray they never see this video ever. It's talking about the children. This person said, this is insane to me. You're a mom. Shame on you. You played a part in having them too, and I don't care how deadbeat or abusive he is. As a mother, you take care of your children. Where is your motherly instinct? It is so bad, hot. You entrust him with your children. All I heard was I. My ex took his kids from me, and even though I love them, I didn't fight for them. I don't want to deal with him. He wants my peace, and that's too expensive. You don't need an emergency contact to care and raise your children. Lovely Tay said, this is not okay. You decided to have them kids. We as women make poor decisions and blame men. I would never not fight for my kids. And as someone's daughter, knowing my mom didn't fight for me would ruin me. Why is it okay for men to not want the responsibility of their children, but women? She says she was manipulated into having children by an older man. So now she's wiser and she wants something different. Let him have them. Then, ma'am, do what makes you happy with this one life that we have. People are way too comfortable sharing their private business. And Jennifer was asking, how about the kids feeling? And she said, yeah, fine. They love them. Do you think what she did makes sense? Do you think it's wise? And what do you feel about women that usually, leave their kids for the dad and allow the dad to have full custody? And they're not going to fight for it because why should they? They feel like they don't want to they don't want to have anything to do. with that because they just choose not to, right? What's your take on women that are going through that part? For me, I feel like more women should go through that part. Really, I feel like more women should choose themselves and choose peace of mind and choose be selfish with themselves when it comes to staying with the kids, because it looks sometimes when it comes to a family, they usually make it look like it's women that want the children, it's women that need the children, it's women, you are having children for women or something. The way they kind of, paint it as if women are the only ones that actually want children, right? But then these children are bearing the man's name. And the man, when they see that you're about to be out the door, that you're about to leave the relationship after they've made your life miserable, what they are going to use to threaten you is do not take those children with you. And because you're a stay-at-home mom, you've not been working, you don't have money. So even when you go to court and the whole thing is being tailored down, you cannot have full custody of those children because you don't have enough money. And if it does not pay child support, where are you going to feed? And things like if you're in a country whereby even though they go to court and do all of that, if it's not a lawful country, that's what you can do about it. So now he wants the children. He's telling you don't take the children, and he's telling you he's going to fight for full custody. Let him have them. Let him have them. The thing is, the children are going to be fine. Because most of the time, they usually use those children to manipulate women in staying longer in abusive relationship. A woman cannot leave a relationship because she's afraid of leaving her children. She's like, oh, who's going to take care of my children? I'm afraid he's going to marry another woman, and the woman is going to maltreat my children, and I cannot be out there living my life and being alone and having my own peace. That is going to be a painful thing or a wicked, because wicked for me to just leave my children with another person, just like the comment section and everybody's blaming, and that is what people want to make women or mothers to feel like. Why would you leave your children after? That is not a mother instinct, or that's what they said. That's not a mother instinct. You're supposed to take your children along with you and suffer. What if she's not financially stable to take care of those children? What if she's not mentally stable to take care of those children? So she should just take them regardless because she's a mom. The man is old enough to take care of the children. He wants those children. He's like, they're bearing my last name and those are my legacy or whatever they call it. So let him have them. And they love their dad, they're fine. You know, and the thing is, I feel like if you want to go through divorce and you want to really strive faster, leaving the kids for the dad is the best. Okay, if you feel like you want to take all your children, especially if you have like more than one, and you to you know shuffle with that, balancing those lives is not going to be easy for you, especially if you've been a stay-at-home mom, you're not working, you don't have money, and you're depending on him to give you money. He will want to suffer you, and most of the time they want you to also take those children so that they can always have access to you. They can always want to come to you whenever and always want to have access to you and be like, okay, so who is she dating now? Because they are with your children. Well, if they are with the children, you want to see them fine. Like everybody is fine. And the thing is, later on, the children are going to thank you for that because they know, because those children are seeing how the relationship is going, and they're going to respect you that you left an abusive relationship for their own peace of mind and for also your own peace of mind, because they are saying if you stay and you're like, I'm staying because of my children, I don't have enough money to live, I'm staying because of my children. The children are seeing that you are accommodating those abuse, and to them they feel like it's a normal thing in a relationship. It's causing trauma in them, and you're not going to know until later on. So I feel like women or mothers should normalize even the kids for the dad. Okay, they want it. They always be like, oh, I want to have women for only children. I want my wife to born children. Okay, they've used it for the baby making machine. Drop the children for them and move on. You taking the children along with you will slow you down. That's just how reality is. I don't have any problem with her. She also made a follow-up video whereby, because a lot of people were actually bashing her and all of that, but I just feel like it's normal because that's how society see things. Let me show you all the video that she made, the follow-up video, then we'll come back.
It's comical watching y'all talk about how bad of a mother I am because I said that I don't want my children back the way that things were. And what's funny is a lot of you guys don't even, and it goes to show, because as much as I want to explain and I want to give details, I also don't. Not necessarily because like I feel like some of you would understand, but I feel like for the majority of the hate that I'm getting, or the majority of the negativity, like, y'all are committed to misunderstanding me. You are committed to the narrative that you already put in your mind from the first 5, 10, maybe a minute of my video. Because if you watch the video in its entirety, you would get a better understanding than the comments that you guys are putting on there. So as much as I want to explain, because at the end of the day, I know who I am. I'm not explaining because I need you guys to think that I'm a good mother. I'm not explaining because I want validation for this or that. I know who I am. I have lived this day in and day out for the last 10 years. I know what I do. I know what I don't do. I know how I treat my children. I know how I don't treat my children. I know how dedicated I am to motherhood and my children. And I still stand on my statement. Like, when I made my statement, I didn't make my statement like, oh my gosh, I don't want my children, let me go give them to somebody else. I was forced to give my children to their father. I was court ordered to give my children to their father. My children don't like conflict. My boys do not like conflict, to the point where they begged their father to stop with the whole court things that he was doing, to stop with sending cops to my house and regularly trying to do a well-being check, to stop, because this man called Department of Children's Services on me and accused me of abuse. Like, my children literally cry in situations of high conflict. And because of that, and because I've known that, and because I pay attention to that, I've always tried to make it so that things can be as amicable as possible, because I never wanted to put my children in a line of fire. If I know this makes you uncomfortable, because for example, my middle child, he has an ear sensitivity. He doesn't like loud noises. So the minute that he hears loud noises, such as yelling or something else, it could be something that he likes airplanes, for example. If there are airplanes and they're very, very loud, he shuts down. It's painful to his ears. He starts crying. So of course, if I were to have a disagreement with his father and I am yelling and I'm raising my voice, or he's yelling, he's raising his voice, that's going to cause him pain. My oldest just doesn't like conflict, period. It makes him feel extremely uncomfortable. It makes him feel unsafe. And because of that, I've always gone out of my way to reduce the amount of conflict that exists, while also simultaneously teaching him that conflict resolution is a necessity. Because at the end of the day, if you're being yourself and you're advocating for yourself and you're standing on your values and your morals, and the other person is doing the same, there's a high likelihood that it's not going to be in alignment. And if it's not in alignment, there's going to be friction. And as a result of that friction, there's going to be conflict that needs to be resolved. So I don't shield my children from conflict. I give it to them in increments and teach them how to actually handle it and how to stay grounded in situation of high conflict. I say all of that to say, I love in action. I don't love in just words. I know exactly what I said when I said I don't want them back. I have 20% custody. When I say I don't want them back, it's not like, okay, here you go your children, I'm going to throw them in the trash, I've rid myself of them. Oh, no. I literally had a psychotic break the day that I found out that I would have to return them back to Florida. And the reason why I was able to reel myself back and get into the mindset that I needed to get to, because the day that I found this out was the birthday of my oldest. So life continues. Was the fact that first, God is fair. And the minute that I grabbed that razor from the bathroom after the court hearing, my landlord knocked on my door offering me brand new furniture. And I took that as God reassuring me to trust, to have faith, because there's something bigger in the works. Their father may not necessarily be the best man ever, or at least not to my definition. However, they love him. They love their father. And I have never tried to steer them in a way so that they don't love their father. I've always been very honest with my children. I've always been forthcoming with information that they can actually digest. I don't want to overwhelm them. However, I have never gone out of my way to try to make them dislike their father, because that is still 50% of them. 50% of their makeup.
People are like, it's about the kid's feeling. You're not thinking about the child. You're not thinking about you. It's about you, and you. God forbid a mother becomes selfish. But a father can be selfish from the very moment he gets a woman pregnant and is going to get a pass for it. God forbid a woman choose herself and just find peace of mind by herself. It's a problem. You cannot, as a woman, a selfish woman is everybody's problem. Like, why is she so selfish? Why is she so thinking about herself alone? It's weird. It's really weird, right? And the thing is that some people also usually say that, okay, they've known somebody, or they're actually part of the people that their mom left them when they were young and went to, divorce their father and just go a separate way and left them with the father, that they were maltreated by the second wife, which is the father married the second wife. Okay, they were maltreated by the next wife, and they said that they will never do something like that to their own children, no matter what. Even if they don't have anything, they will make sure they fight for the custody to the core. Okay, I kind of get that. But do you know that because of that mentality, women are staying longer in an abusive relationship, physical abuse, right? You can get unalived. And if you still get unalived, that fear is going to happen. That fear of, I don't want another woman to take care of my children, is going to happen. It's still going to happen. It's still going to happen. Like, I don't know. You guys, what's your take? Really, I'd like to know your thoughts about this conversation down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mara David, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.